was getting ready to do the garden tour and saw this terrible sight. So sad. This is my biggest tomato I've ever grown. I almost picked it yesterday, but I was like, no, it's not ready yet. Then I came out to see something, took 2 bites of it. Unbelievable. I accidentally forgot that that was connected to the back of this, but dang, this thing would have been huge. Look at this. This would have been big. We can go check outside? Okay, well, there's one. I gotta go find the other one. Found the Wally. Okay, Wally, we'll go check outside. Whee! Happy May, friends. Orchids are still doing really good here in Florida. It is a remarkably cool week where we're only in the 80s and not the 90s. And it's actually really nice out, but it's still kind of warm and my phone will overheat. So we're just gonna stay on the porch as long as we can today. The strawberries, I don't think we've talked about them in a little while. I don't even remember at this point which strawberry is which because they've all kind of sent runners and restarted elsewhere, so I don't even know. But we have a few, and I think you can kind of see one there. I've been picking 1 or 2 here and there, and that's been kind of nice. And my lilies are still going strong. It's middle of May-ish, so for them to be growing, I didn't even know that was a thing in Florida, so that's pretty exciting. Moose is not growing, I don't think, anymore, so that's exciting. Wally's coat is still changing colors. I don't know why we went down that tangent, but we did. But before I get too far over on that side of the yard, I just wanted to show how our tomatoes in our little city pickers are doing. We thought we lost them because it was windy one day and that whole trellis blew over. And oops, sorry, Orchid. And even though it was weighted down, but alas, there's a video clip that I think you saw at the beginning that is from a tomato down there, not over here. But we have some of these bagged, hoping to get some more tomatoes. Excuse me. Hello. Hi, Moose. What did you do? Oh, yeah. Hello. We gotta go show everybody what's going on in the yard. Still haven't finished all the collard greens because I pick them, I make soup, and then I eat the soup or freeze it, and then they keep growing back, which is, I guess, what they're supposed to do. But I'm gonna let them keep growing and not restart this box until I think they're gonna die because it took a long time. I did transplant some peppers, seedlings that were over there that I started as backups in case some of the other peppers that I started didn't take. And some of them did, some of them didn't. Like that one over there, like one variety did, and then part of one variety did, but not all of them. And then the bucket over here, like the front row, whatever variety that was, that one took, and then the back row didn't. So I don't know, but we transplanted these hoping they're gonna be doing okay. Excuse me, Moose, I'm just gonna do. Don't mind me. I've been having a lot of problems lately with the watering system. Part of it is it's a unique system in the sense that I'm using Earthbox mixed with like Rainbird mixed with DIY stuff, and some of them are new elements, some of them are like 5 or 6 years old, you know, because that's how long some of the system's been in place for. So we're kind of just doing like whack-a-mole with some of the plants. So what happens is when I turn this on, I think it's actually on now. Oh, no, it's not. What's supposed to happen is all of the Earthbox and City Pickers have these sensors that are from Earthbox. We've had a little trouble because it's all 30 something boxes are hooked up to the same line. So like obviously this group here that's out in the sun goes through water quicker than this group here that's primarily in the shade. So that's why I'm trying to put like heavy water feeders like the squashes and zucchinis here when I'm replanting. This little bit over here that Moose's garden has a little squash or zucchini that's started, so we'll kind of stagger them throughout. So when we redo this one, I'll probably put squash in here, and then I'll probably put squash or zucchini in the end one there. I'm not sure. These are doing, I think, okay. I wrote down the varieties in my notes. Let me see if I can get it at a cool angle here. I'm a little bummed because I keep getting excited thinking I get squashes, and then they keep kind of wrinkling out and dying, so I'm assuming they just didn't get pollinated, which is crazy because there's pollination plants right there, there's flowers everywhere, but, and then not to mention the almond bush is doing crazy good. Hey y'all boys. You okay? Yeah, debris moved things around. Oh hi. Okay. So rude, so rude. But meanwhile, we got a zucchini, I think, here that is doing well. And I've been trying to tie these up like vertically a little bit, like you can kind of see here. But at the end of the day, I was like, well, I think it'll help a little bit, but I'm not sure if it's gonna help a lot. Oh, excuse, rude. Rude. Let's see. Oh, tomatoes over here. That one's finally starting to take off. The other one didn't take on the corner over there, so I decided, you know, because this is my shorter earth box trellis, I'm only gonna do one tomato. I know you can technically do two, but I think it just gets really difficult with all of the I want to make sure the airflow, that's the most thing I'm concerned about. Like when they're both started at the same time and the airflow is going up, it just is a pain in the butt. Hey yo, you okay? Happy boys. So starting at the end, we talked about the peppers down there. The back row, I put more seeds in, I think 2 weeks ago or so. Will they take? I don't know, but they're doing okay. It looks like one of them starting right there, but we'll see. Also, I just wanted to show you guys, look at these orchids. I almost never do anything for them. And they're kind of like a yellow with pink. They're still doing really good. And I don't know if you could see up there, we got some little baby white orchids. We got, I think this is the petunia. We got some milkweed in here, sugar cane. The mint is going to be moved, but we'll talk about that later. Interestingly enough, all of the Florida roses are the roses that I have on Floribunda that were, you know, sold in Florida, made for Florida. Those have all done really well, had a lot of blooms since their harvest, or since their pruning back in February. And all of the ones that I got from heirloom roses, I'm not saying that they're not blooming and making flowers, because they definitely are, but except for the Joseph's Coat, the Portlandia, I think, has made like maybe one rose so far, even though it's had tremendous growth. And then the Dark Desire is just growing like a beast over there. So we've had a little bit of roses, but not nearly as many as we have like the double. I think the Double Delight is by far my biggest performing one. Right here, there's two different types of tomatoes that are new to me, but the Sunrise Bumblebee is one that is new, and we just got to harvest, and obviously they're in bags because bugs and mouses and Florida squirrels and birds and pick a thing. But everything else, I mean, the jasmine, oh you guys, it was so good a couple weeks ago, like so good. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. I mean, we're doing a garden tour and we are, but I'm gonna step back a little bit. Oop, hold on. There's a list of dogs here who need to be pet apparently. Can you see it now? Look at our new tomato trellis. I'm gonna call it a tomato tree because I really want it to be like the tomato trees that we see in Epcot's Living with the Land, also known as my favorite ride. But technically we did a lot of things different than them, so we're already not off to the same start as them. But what essentially we decided is, because the trellises go about 7 feet, and it's just really like the tomatoes want to keep growing. It's a good growing season for them in Florida. They have the water when they need it, so as long as they get a little fertilizer to support the growth, I mean, they really do grow so well here in Florida. We have volunteer tomatoes that pop up all over the garden, so why not just give them a place to grow? So we made a 10 foot by 10 foot trellis essentially, and essentially the gist of it is it's about 7 feet tall, because we're both just under 6 feet, so we're both pretty tall, so we can reach it no problem and pick up anything that might be growing. But what we, you know, we're still finessing it a little bit, but we have EMT conduit, 1 inch EMT conduit that's going into umbrella stands. And then just for safety purposes, we did 3/4 inch EMT conduit around the tops and everything, just because that's what I wanted to work with. But getting it into an umbrella base, you really need the 1 inch. So anyways, we have 4 umbrella bases, EMT conduit, and then a really cool new product, well, new to me product called Maker Pipe, and they're really neat. I'll link to them down below. And they sell all sorts of different fittings for conduit, and they have a huge community that has lots of tutorials and shares their experiences. But they're essentially the fittings for conduit that is stainless steel, made in America, so yay on all carts. And they just, you know, they give you more options. So these are like the 90-degree ones. Over here you can see some of the T ones when we get closer. But I really like the whole experience, and I'll do like a brief kind of tutorial video separately on how we put it together with some diagrams. But the main things that I was really worried about when I was putting this together was we're in Florida. It's super hot out, and the heat is not friendly to most things, and I'm sure the heat isn't friendly to metal either. But PVC, I mean, even you can't really get food grade safe PVC, and at the end of the day, plastic in this excessive sun and heat is not going to be good for anybody or anything. So at least metal is a little bit safer, and more importantly, we're renters, so this is all portable. And when we break it down to move, all of these fittings unscrew with just a hex wrench, like nothing fancy. It's super easy to put together, and I can stick these all together and put them in like a nice little bundle, tying together. I can take it all and it'll break down super easy. It's made to be adjusted and tweaked and retrofitted and upgraded over the years, and that's why I didn't mind spending the extra money on the fittings, because they're they're unique fittings. 2, they're a small company, so they're going to cost a little bit more, but they're so helpful for what I was trying to do, and so I just felt really good about it. Right now we're playing with some basic netting over the top. We're probably going to just tie they're 2 5-foot strands. We're probably just going to tie them together. We were just trying to decide if we wanted to leave some space so like these don't grow up and over, but honestly this worked out really well, because these 2 tomatoes over here, one's the big German Queen tomato that we haven't had we don't have a lot of fruit on this as it is. It's technically my second time growing it, but the first one that we got, which was huge, you probably saw earlier, was attacked by a mouse or a squirrel or birds or something, God only knows. But anyways, they're all growing at different rates, so I'm thinking they'll kind of come across in waves over here. So we're going to probably end up tying this. I'll probably put some I already have like disco ball mirror stuff that I have in the yard anyways, just because I like how it reflects on the house. So I'm probably going to get some more and put it up here for like bird prevention, or limiting bird prevention, if that makes sense. And I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do for like the squirrels and the mouse and that type of stuff situation. I'm actually thinking of getting some of those owls, like the fake owls, and like putting one here. And I have some solar lights that are on order, and they're going to go back here, and they're supposed to make it seem like a fox or some sort of predatory animal, like the eyes. You're supposed to put them like really low on the ground. So we'll see. I'll show you guys when we get to that point. But nothing's really crazy over here. Everything's just kind of been going gangbusters, growing. But this is here, I'll show you guys. I want to show you from this side, so you can kind of see we just pulled back the extra netting over here, and over here we just have it kind of going into the jasmine trellis, because I figured the jasmine might help kind of secure everything. And yeah, there's a lot of good things happening. But we have this is the only other German Queen tomato that we have growing right now, because I accidentally cut the other one off when I was getting our other one. But these are the size of the sun sugar ones, They haven't actually, like there's a lot of fruit up here, but it's not ready. Got distracted. Ate a tomato. But Tomato Trellis is the moral of the story. I'll be putting together a loose tutorial video of how it put together, but honestly, it's really easy. Like, it's easy. The main thing is you probably need 2 people just because of the distance. Putting it up and holding it up is a little bit of a thing experience if it's just one person, but very easy to put together. And the puppies were helpful in the sense that they just stood in the way and made sure they were not left alone inside. But yeah, the May garden is looking really good this year. The butterfly bush over there in the back corner that was over here wasn't getting as much sun, kind of looked scrawny. We moved it to one of the city pickers in the corner, and it's not quite as tall as me, but it's huge. That was probably the last thing that I was like, I gotta show everybody this looks really good. It looks huge. So it's probably like 4 feet right now. So it's doing really good. And I'm trying to empty out the big kiddie pool over here. And we got some sweet potatoes. Actually from my harvest back in like October, some of them started rooting in storage. So I just threw them in here. So maybe we'll get some more sweet potatoes. Maybe we won't. I don't know. It's not. It'll be great if we do. If we don't, whatever. But yeah, garden is doing great. And then hopefully soon, over the course of the summer, we'll have more and more tomatoes growing across this way. And yeah, we can have a lot of tomatoes to enjoy. All right, puppies. You getting warm? Okay. Say bye, everybody. All right, friends. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today, checking out the garden with us, saying hey to the puppies. This is Wally. If you guys are new here, this is Wally. He's the good boy. He's almost 4, you guys. He'll be 4 at the end of the month. He's a big boy. And then that's Moose. Moose is almost 2. Almost, right, Wally? Yeah, Wally's here. He said, I need my love. Okay. Well, I'm going to go love these puppies. Give them all the belly rubs and hugs they want. Thanks for hanging out with us today, guys. Bye, friends. All right. In we go.